Welcome to the Art of Conversation podcast, hosted by yours truly, your boy Loso. Well, I'll be giving my personal opinions and conversing about various topics, as well as conversing the latest news and sports, politics, and all of the hot conversations that's going on around the world and on social media platforms. And on this episode, I wanted to hop into a real juicy one that's been going on concerning couples splitting bills, going 50-50. What's the definition of tricking and things of that nature, etc., etc. So we're going to keep this short and sweet, and let's dive right into it. So I'm going to start off by saying this right here. Everybody's situation is not the same. How bills are paid amongst couples, that's going to differ from household to household, simply because everybody don't make the same money. You know, everybody doesn't have a top tier job. Everybody doesn't make six figures. You know, everybody is not millionaires, especially in today's economy. You know, so whatever plan you and your spouse has implemented to take care of bills, if it's working, keep doing that if it's working. You know, what's the old saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I say that to say social media has definitely influenced a whole lot of theories that just sound bizarre of how bills should be paid. You know, it's year 2025. Times are just not the same. So if you happy and it's working for you, you know, keep doing that. You know, don't let social media influence nothing that you and your spouse has done and worked up to that, you know, to that point in y'all's relationship. You know, basically what I'm saying, man, don't even look at the social media stuff when it comes to these bills, man. Just don't, you know. And yes, I do feel like men should pay the bills. But as I already stated, everybody's situation is just not the same. And men, we as men, we come up short sometimes. That's where I feel like your spouse should come into play. You know, if we fall short, if you're living together, you know, if you're married, I'm going to assume you're living together. If you're just boyfriend and girlfriend, y'all living together. If that man falls short, as a woman, you should uplift that man and help his shortcomings, especially if you are living together. That just should be expected, you know. You take care of me, I take care of you. Now, as far as going 50-50, I feel as if that woman is going to a 9-to-5, she, you know, working, and she has to, you know, pay 50-50 of the bills, then men, I feel like you should be doing, you know, 50-50 of the chores, 50-50 of, you know, helping nurturing the kids, 50-50 of, you know, everything else outside of bills. Because just like you going into a 9-to-5 every day and coming home, she's doing the same thing. You know, I wouldn't expect, you know, nothing different. You know, if she's going, like I said, everything should be 50-50. If she's paying 50-50 of the bills, then you need to meet her halfway with everything else. Like I said, this podcast is opinionated, you know. Most people might not agree with that, well, most men, but yeah, I just feel like, if she's going in to clock in, you should help take care of the home too. If she's paying 50-50 of the bills. Now, if that's not the case, then you taking care of all the bills, then of course the woman should be taking care of home, should be taking care of the children. Well, I ain't gonna say just taking care of the children, because I just feel like, when it comes to the kids, you need to be there anyway, taking care of the kids, 50-50. That's just me. When it comes to the kids, it should be a 50-50 split with it all. And we're just talking about kids, you know what I'm saying? But if that man is doing 100% and he's paying everything, then yeah, you're supposed to be that nigga. If that man want a sandwich at 3 o'clock in the morning, yeah, you need to get on top of that. But if y'all are just dating, men and women, if y'all are just in the dating stage, I don't feel like a man is obligated to pay any of that woman's bills, and I don't feel like that woman should be expecting that man to pay a bill, if y'all are just in the dating stage. The dating stage is what it is. Y'all are going out on dates. Y'all are trying to, figure out or not if you like this person. You're trying to pick up on vibes. You're trying to pick up on energy, just to see if whatever y'all got going on will go to the next stage, and to see if that will turn into something long term. True enough, the men should pay for the dates. If y'all going here, y'all going out to eat, men probably typically should, in my opinion, pick up those bills. But as far as paying, household bills, nah. It shouldn't be no expectation or obligation to do so in the dating stage. You got some men that will. I ain't mad at that. I ain't against that. Man, if you got that, then do that. And I'm sure a woman not gonna turn you down if you want to do that. This is with the expectation that this will be something long term. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm going to say next is, this is a fine line in tricking. You know what I'm saying? Now, if a man knows that if he was broke and he got a lot of money, right? He got a lot of money, but if he knew if he was broke, this woman wouldn't give him the time of day, and he's trying to pay his way, for attention, or to get this woman to mess with him, whatever the case may be, then that is the definition of tricking to me, and I call that simp behavior. That's just my opinion on that, because if you did not have the money to flash in front of her face, then you wouldn't be in the dough. You wouldn't get the time of day. That's tricking to me. Now, I'll go back to what I just said. Now, if a man is dating, if a man is dating a woman and he sees, there's mutual interest, and it could be something long term, and he, want to make this woman his woman, maybe his wife on down the road. If he want to pay the bill, a bill in the dating stage, then, that's cool. I don't see that as tricking at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm only simply saying, when he knows if he was broke, she wouldn't give him the time of day. Now that's tricky. Now, if that's your lady, your spouse, your wife, your girlfriend, significant other, y'all been rocking for a long time, you know what I'm saying? And this thing is real serious, then yeah, as the women would say these days, you do your big one. You know, you get them the nice things, the best things, you know, and whatever they want. You know, that ain't tricking at all. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, just being a man and want your significant other to want and have nice things, you know. And that go, and like I said earlier now, everybody's not able. But when the time presents itself, you know, and it's the right situation, yeah, I feel like you, if you're able, do your thing, especially, you know, birthdays, anniversaries, Christmases, you know, things of that nature like that, you know what I'm saying? If you're not able to, you know, do it on a regular basis, because everybody's not able. But you know, on those important dates, man, yeah, you know, gonna come through. That is not tricking at all. That is just simply spurging on somebody that you love. But these days, a lot of men and women, they transactional date, you know, which is basically you do something for this person and the expectation is you getting something in return. I think a lot of relationships these days is based on something that's, you know, transactional. You feel me? And those relationships, there's limited emotional connection. You know, there's no genuine affection. I mean, it's just characterized and focused on benefits. What can you do for me? And I feel like we need to see a decrease in those. You know what I'm saying? If you expecting somebody, or let me just give you a situation. Like, if a man flies out a chick, you know, in another city, or, you know, ain't even gotta be another city. It can be you. If that man if that man flies you out, and when you get there, he brought you to a 5-star hotel. He taking you to 5-star restaurants. He done bought you this bag. Man, that man is expecting something in return. And y'all know what we talking about when I say something in return. You know, those type of things like that, I think it needs to be cut down and get back to some genuine stuff in times like this. You know what I'm saying? In these days, anyway. Because you just see a lot of this tricking going on. And that's somebody for everybody, you know, like, I feel like everybody, it need to be categorized. You feel what I'm saying? Like, some men know they ain't got the game or they ain't got the looks to attract a certain type of female or a female that they feel attractive. So that's what they do. They just, you know, if they got the money, they just try to break bread and drop bread for everything that's, you know, that's going on with that woman, you know, and trying to get that woman's attention. And she only gonna be there until she, you know, the well run dry. If the well runs dry, then yeah, you know, you probably in some trouble, because she just gonna go to the next well that's full. You know what I'm saying? And that just, you know, it's just some women like that, you know. They just there for the, you know, for the money. And when it ain't no more money, they go on to the next one with some money. But on the flip side of that coin is guys that, you know, like I said, they have to pay their way through. They have to pay their way. So when they get tired of them, they just pay their way through, pay their way to the next female, and do that whole cycle all over with again. You know, some of them end up with kids, and in those situations, I just feel like the child getting the short end of the stick because the parents never genuinely loved each other. You know what I'm saying? It was no connection there from the start. They were just rocking and doing their thing of what they can do for one another and benefits. No genuine connection, you know, no feelings, no emotions, just pretty much money. And those type of situations, you know, I just think it's setting up the child for failure in the long run. You know what I'm saying? If they never seen their parents show each other genuine love, you know, how are they going to express it? So to conclude this episode, I think we should, as people, you know, cut down on that transactional stuff and get back to real genuine love. You know what I'm saying? Real genuine black love. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like black love. It's a beautiful thing when it comes to fruition and everything it's just a beautiful thing to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna conclude this episode by saying that, you know, it's your boy Loso, and this was episode 1 of The Art of Conversation. I'll holler at y'all.